Hello students, welcome back on our online lecture. I am Sheikh Fatima, your English teacher. I welcome you all on behalf of Bharat English High School and Junior College. We have already done with some of our chapters and poem. Now we will be proceeding further with a new poem, that is Indian Weaver. Indian Weaver is a poem written by Sarojini Naidu. See a woman in front of your screen weaving something with the help of a wooden. So, in this chapter, we are going to study what through this poem do the poet want to convey us. Let's see what is weaving means. Weaving means interlacing threads to produce fabric or a cloth. So, through weaving, we produce a cloth. Now, why does the poet have used Indian weaver? The reason is the writer want to focus over Indian artisans, particularly weaver. Indian is used with a definite purpose, appreciating their work of Indian weavers. As weaver intertwine the fabrics, the poetess aims to interlace a message through this poem. Now let's see what message do the poet want to convey us. But before that, we'll solve icebreaker. So the very first question is we have to give the name of a different artisans. So the very first example is given goldsmith. The second is blacksmith. Who is blacksmith? Blacksmith is a person who make iron and steel tools. Weaver who weave cloth. Sculpture who make monument from stone, and the potter who make pot from clay. Now we'll go with our next question. Our next question is discuss with your partner the season or occasion we need. What kind of a cloth we wear on a different occasion. So woolen cloth, but obvious we use it when we feel cold, whether it's rainy or winter. Casual cloth is an informal dress wherever we feel like comfortable, we usually use it. Rich silk cloth, usually we wear it on a party or a function. And colorful and a comfortable cloth, we wear it in all occasion. Now, our next question is there are some examples given. For example, the one who weave cloth is a weaver. Similarly, the one who sing is a singer. The one who dance is a dancer. And the one who teach is a teacher. And the one who cook is a chef or a cook. Question is, we have often seen the picture of Gandhiji spinning on his charka. Discuss the reason behind this. One has given for you. Example is to give rural people an opportunity to earn their livelihood. Similarly, the other example could be charka was used as a symbol of for protesting against Bacchante, against Britisher, because they were the people who were responsible to carry their raw material from India, and they used to make a finished good and sell it back to India. So it was kind of a protest using charka. Second example, it was conveying a message to everyone that weaving cloth introduced the idea of dignity of labor. Weaving cloth use that only for once mean it is universal. That means anyone can do it, just as anyone can fast, pray, and make salt. Our next question is name some tools used by the weavers. Looms. Second is tapestry needle, a needle which have large eye. And second is wrap yarn. Next question is name some types of yarns used by the weavers. First is linen, the second is wool, cotton, rayon, silk, polyester, etc. These are some types of yarn or thread used by the weavers to weave the cloth. These are some new words which will help you out to understand the poem very easily. So the weaving means interlacing the thread for to produce cloth. Break of the day means morning. Halcyon means kingfisher bird. Wild means free. Robe, dress. Plumes, feather of a bird or queen. Marriage veil, bridal veil, especially to cover the face. Solman, serious or sober. Next is still, rest or stable. Chill, extremely cold. Funeral, burial or cremation. Last rites. Shrouds, white cloth for dead body. Fall of night, late evening. Bright garment, brightly or shining color garment. Solemn and still, sacred, serious or quiet. Moonlight chill, cold, dead night. Gay, with happiness or with fun. We have completed with our icebreaker. Now we will be proceeding further with a poem. Now let's see some beneficial information about Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu was the first Indian woman who became the president of the Indian National Congress. She was an important figure in India's struggle of independence. She worked as a poet and earned her a name, Nightingale of India. Later, she became the governor of United Province in the year 1947, and even in this time also she was the first woman to hold the office of the governor in independent India. Indian Weaver is a short poem where the poet talks about three types of garment that weavers weave at three particular times of a day. Each stanza of the poem represents the three important events of human life: birth, that is childhood; adulthood, that means young; and death, that means old age. The colors mentioned in the stanza are very significant as they indicate the moods related to the event. Poetess asks three questions to the weavers, and the answers are related to human life. Let's go through the poem. Indian Weavers. Indian Weavers. Weavers weaving at break of day. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. Weavers weaving at fall of night, why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the fumes of peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage wheels of a queen. Weavers weaving Solomon and still, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather, white as cloud, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud. Sarojini Naidu. Now we will be seeing each and every stanza. We will be studying each stanza, and let's see what message does the poetess want to give us. The first stanza, Indian Weavers. Weavers weaving at break of day, why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. The poetess questioned the weaver. She asked them, Weaver, what are you weaving so early in the morning? And then too you are weaving a garment very bright, which is just like a blue in color, just like the wing of the kingfisher. When poetess questioned the weaver, in return, weaver answer her. They says that they all are weaving the garment of a newborn child. That means this stanza related to a childhood of a person. Childhood is more attractive, just like a blue in color. In the first stanza, the poetess convey us the phrase of a childhood. So in the second stanza, the poetess says that weavers weaving at fall of night, why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the plums of a peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veil of a queen. So here in the second stanza, the weaver continue their work during the fall of night. That means it's almost evening and still the weaver is continuing their work. The poetess compared the garment, the cloth with purple and green color feather of a peacock, and she questioned them again. Weaver, why are they still working and what are they weaving so shining garment? So in return, in their response, the poetess, the weaver answered that they are weaving a bridal veils of a queen, so it is fresh and bright. Here, fall of night is metaphorically used for adulthood. It is indirectly used for adulthood. And most important is our second phase of life, that means adulthood. As in this phase of life, being a youth, we enjoy our day. It is our golden times of our life. During this phase, we are energetic and we enjoy all aspects of life, whether it's up or down. Simultaneously, during our youth, we look more attractive. So that's why here use the expression the plums of peacock, purple and green, shiny and bright. In our third stanza, weavers weaving Solomon and still, what do you weave in the moonlight? Chill. White as a feather, white as a cloud, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud. Here in the stanza, Solomon and still means silent and stable. So here the poetess is asking the weaver weaving Solomon and still, what do you weave in the moonlight? Chill. So in the moonlight, the weaver's attitudes change. They are quiet, silence, and they are serious enough. When she questioned them, why what are you weaving in the moonlight? That means extremely cold night. So they says and she also says that okay, what is the garment which is so bright just like a white color feather? So in return they answer them, we are weaving the cloth of a dead man's funeral shroud. This thing clearly indicates that this phrase is old age, that means final destination of a person. The white color feather and cloud are carrying to the statement that this is the end of the life of a person. Feather has come out from the wing, that means now it has of no use and the cloud is moving. After few minutes, we cannot see the cloud in the actual place. Similarly, we will once we reach this stage, even there will be a time where will be nowhere seen. That means we will be not alive, we will be dead, we will die. The poetess has used the two metaphors in the last stanza to compare the white cloth. Within that, the metaphoric use of the phrase white as a cloud needs deeper interpretation, as if the white cloud finally shroud on every death, and a takeaway towards final rest. The last two lines create the feeling of pathos in the minds of the reader, the poetess, and the weavers. In this way, the writer, in a very beautiful way, explain these all stages of our life where we are born and we are brought up and we turn into a life of adulthood. And when we turn to adulthood, this stage is our one of the happiest and the brightest stage of our life where we are very happy, we make friends, we get married, we make children, we enjoy our life in all sort of aspect. And finally our last stage, that is old age. As soon as we move toward our old age, that means our final rites. Here we have completed with our poem. Now we will be proceeding further in activities, that is, we will be solving out some figure of speech from this poem. So the first question is weavers weaving at break of. The sound of W is repeated, so this is alliteration. Simultaneously, words are also arranged in ascending order, so it will also be a climax. Now we will be going further with our second. So now we will go toward our second question. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Again, alliteration because sound of W is repeated and the sound of G are repeated. Simultaneously, there are one more figure of speech in this question, that is interrogation, because here question has been asked. Now our next question. Blue as the wing of Helgian Wild. Here there are three figure of speech, that is, the very first is inversion because the words are not correct in order. The correct order of word is the wing of Helgian Wild is blue. Second is alliteration. The sound of W is repeated, wing and wild. Simultaneously, simile, because here blue color cloth is directly compared to wing of Helgen. Our next question. We weave the robe of a newborn child. Again, W-E-V and weave. Both are having the sound of letter W and it is repeated. Henceforth, it is alliteration. Here we have completed with our activity. So now comes your assignment. So your assignment is you have to find out more examples of figure of speech from the poem. Plus you have to find out more new words and you have to solve icebreaker. I hope you all are clear with the poem. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Be home, be safe. Thank you so much. See you soon.